Hello YouTubers, Helmet Head here for another talk. So today I want to talk about the future, and the future's actually here, but is it good enough? So the future's electric bikes, and that's a hard one because we love our sound of our engines, we love the roar, and a lot of us change our exhaust to give it that kind of extra roar as we go down the road, and it's part of the pleasure. Now the electric bikes that are out, the new ones, I mean, let's look at Harley for the beginning. They're called, I believe they called it the Livewire, and they've spent a lot of money on this bike, and I've not had the pleasure of seeing one in the actual flesh, but I have had the pleasure of seeing it in the magazine and reading the reviews, probably like most of us have, and it looks good, doesn't it? It does look good. It looks probably more like a motorcycle than a lot of attempts beforehand. I believe the miles is something like nearly 100 miles, and that's the problem, isn't it, right there. If you look at the reality, a lot of us probably don't do more than 100 miles on an average little sort of spin out and about, and it'd be great for a city, but if you want to go, and do a trip like a lot of us do, you're going to have to keep charging it every 100 miles. Could be annoying, depends how fast the fast charger works on it, I suppose. But it's the future, that's what's coming. In my opinion, they need to do at least 250 miles, and I'm talking, to be something that someone would look at using for commuting, going on a trip on. 250 miles is a decent way on a motorcycle, and obviously you stop for rest, but if you can't find a charger or a charge point out on your trip and you panic, it takes that away a little bit, doesn't it? Because you can go 150 miles, I'm getting a bit tired, my wrists are starting to hurt a bit, I'm going to stop for a coffee, I'll put it on charge. You've got 100 miles excess to find somewhere to actually charge up. And I think when we get to that 250 miles, and the bikes come in at what I'd class as well, normal money, and we're talking sort of £10,000–12,000 here, then I think that will rock it. That will be the future. People will be buying these machines. Another brand to keep an eye on is a brand called Zero as well. Now they're popping up now, and I don't think there's many places in the UK where you can actually go and buy one. I think you have to pretty much import them, but they are popping up, and I'm sure there is some dealers that are looking at it or starting to do it. And they've been going for a little bit of time, and I saw a video on that bike on quite a famous guy that's done like a ride series on telly a while back, and these things go along and you can't even hear them going. But it's a different kind of ride. But then we've all had to change over the years, and I'm not saying that we won't have petrol for a long time yet, and we'll be all racing around on our bikes. But they could be a competitor. And like I said, that 250 mile mark under sort of 12 grand, I reckon that would tip a lot of people into, I'll buy that and I'll keep my petrol. And then you got the best of both worlds. But anyway, that was another really quick vlog. They were my thoughts on electric bikes. Tell me what yours are. Leave a comment. Stick a thumbs up, that would be lovely, and if you haven't subscribed, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye for now.